And so we have booked a private area in the stadium. So we'll get to catch a baseball game, but also there'll be catered food and plenty of opportunities to meet the hopefully next producer of your project.
This is the Faith and Family Filmmakers podcast, helping filmmakers who share a Christian worldview stay in touch, informed, and inspired. Quiet on set. Rolling. Today's host is Geoffrey Whitt.
Hey there, welcome to the Faith and Family Filmmakers podcast. My name is Jeff, and I'm happy to have Tyler Sansom with me here today. We're talking about Purpose Film and Media Festival. Welcome, Tyler.
Thanks for having me.
Well, this is a bonus episode. We're fitting this in on top of our regular episodes because we're really wanting to focus on the festival, learn about it, tell everyone about it. And I want to start, first of all, by mentioning that Tyler has been on previous episodes. So you're going to hear more about him if you go back, hear about him personally, his journey and what led up to all of what he does. If you go back and listen to episode 83, Pastoring a Filmmaking Church, episode 84, Film Distribution Strategies. And then we had a testimony in December. We had a testimony series, and episode 106 was Tyler's testimony of how God did something awesome with I Can, the movie. And that's very, very interesting testimony. I encourage you to go back and listen to that. So Tyler, tell us a little bit about, first of all, your church has a very unique mission. And I think the conference ties into that very much so. So let's start there.
Yeah, we were kind of doing the whole online ministry thing before it was cool. So lots of people got to experience doing online ministry in 2020 when they couldn't meet in person. But we had been doing it at that point for 5 years. So that was my full-time job for a long time before I became the lead minister of the church.
Okay.
And we had this desire to just reach as many people as we could using digital tools. So we were doing online Bible studies. We were creating content for all different age groups and gathering people in foreign countries and sending them digital tools to do ministry, all these different things. And then we started making feature films because obviously
that's a big jump.
Yeah. Then obvious next step was do narrative feature. And this is now our fifth feature film that we've made. We just wrapped our fifth feature, and God's opened a bunch of doors for us to do ministry with media. And so for a while now, we have been wanting to help other churches and other filmmakers and other content creators kind of utilize what we've learned over the last decade plus of doing this, specifically for the ministry side. So we can teach a little bit about filmmaking and things like that. But fortunately, God has opened enough doors for us to be able to know how to take those films and actually use them for tangible ministry to see real life change.
Yeah, and I mentioned the episode, the testimony in episode 106. I really encourage you, if you want to hear a very, very good example of a film, not just reaching the audience that watches it, but going so much further and what they do kind of on a grassroots level to make a difference with that film. I encourage you to go back and listen to that one. I know you've done similar things, different approach with different films, but you do use them for outreach on so many levels, and that's cool.
Yeah, actually the last time that you and I spoke, I was in Africa. I was in Uganda because my team here teaches for a film school that we're on the board of in Uganda, and they actually showed I Can while I was there in their language because we are using it for ministry there, and we baptized 44 people from that event. So for me to be there in person and see that happen was just like truly incredible and a testament to how God can use these films to reach people.
Wow. Yeah, that was a cool experience.
That was amazing.
That was a cool experience. I think you married someone while you were there too, huh?
Yeah, the guy that runs the school that I've been very close with for about 5 years. I officiated his wedding.
So let's talk about the festival. I know one of the things that anybody who's seen the promotion for, one of the things that stands out is you certainly have some high caliber speakers, people with films that are making a difference. So tell us about your speakers and what you've got planned for the conference.
Yeah, I would confidently put our speaker list up against any of the film festivals that I've been to. We've got, I think we counted each person, if you combine them, has over 800 credits combined. And that's filmmakers all the way to actors to screenwriters. But some of them have substantial careers. So Of note, Cameron Arnett will be there with his wife, BJ, and many people in the Christian world definitely know who Cameron is.
Yes.
And then Dan and Tammy Roebuck will be there.
Mm-hmm.
Dan has been in now 3 number 1 hits in the box office. The first being one of my all-time favorite movies called The Fugitive with Harrison Ford.
Right. For years, I called that my favorite movie.
I love that movie, and Dan plays a major role in it.
Yep.
But he is a strong Christian and is making a transition to doing mostly faith films. I've worked with him twice, but he'll be there teaching some acting and working with directors courses. His wife is a phenomenal editor. She's edited a lot of projects he's been on. Justin Overlander will be there with us. He is most known for The Chosen and The Shift. He was a producer on both of those projects. He's also produced the last 2 films with us. Yeah, and just some really, really solid working actors and directors will be there as well. So Brett Varvel will be there. John Wells will be there. Laura Mae Poore from Christian Casting Community. Gene Winger from Treasure Coast Talent, just a lot of people that are in the industry doing it on a daily basis. Great opportunity to learn.
Yeah, it's a great lineup, and it's going to be a great festival. And it sounds like from looking at your speakers that you really got something for everyone, whatever aspect of filmmaking you're involved in.
We really tried to cultivate a lineup that would be diverse enough to have something for every element of making films, all the way from pre-production to post-production. So if you're an actor, there's workshops for you. If you're a director, there's workshops for you. Producers, even composers. We have a workshop about working with directors and getting the vision for sound within the film. We're going to have a master class on editing. It'll be a live demonstration of editing a scene. And then we're also going to have a live demonstration of shooting a scene at our studio.
That is cool.
As well as one thing that I'm really excited about, we've got a panel of youths from our area that are Christ followers, but it's a great opportunity to literally sit down and Q&A with what's the next generation, what are they searching for? And instead of us theorizing about it, let's just ask them. So I'm really excited about some things like that.
Very, very cool. One of the other things that I think may be unique, it certainly seems like it to me, you've got some great networking opportunities, and most festivals and conferences do, but you've got some that are off-site and no doubt quite unique. Tell us about those.
Yeah, I will stand by this till the day I die. The first place we're going, it's called Bill's on the Hill. It's probably my favorite restaurant in the entire world. Anytime somebody comes here from LA, that's the place that I take them. But it'll be at a golf course, and Bill's on the Hill is catering it, and there's a big open area for just a networking mixer event. So that's the first night. And then the second night, you can't come to the Louisville, Kentucky area without seeing Louisville Slugger. And so the Louisville Slugger baseball company, they have a baseball field for a AAA baseball team called the Louisville Bats. And so we have booked a private area in the stadium, so we'll get to catch a baseball game, but also there'll be catered food and plenty of opportunities to meet the hopefully next producer of your project.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I have been to, not necessarily film festivals, but I have been to other large events where they did off-site networking. And it is really cool because it's more social than just, standing in a room after a keynote presentation, for example, and talking to people. And that social aspect adds a lot, I believe, to networking. It makes it more personal.
Yeah. For me, I've met multiple people that I've worked with after film festivals.
Yeah.
But I rarely made the connections that would lead to that next step of actually working with them at the actual film festival. It was always, hey, let's grab dinner afterwards, or hey, let's go to Topgolf or something like that. And so we wanted to implement that idea into the actual festival as an add-on so that people could have that same experience.
Cool. Tell us about the location. I know you're in southern Indiana. Tell us where it is.
It is the vacation capital of the world. I'm just kidding. It's a very small town. So that's one thing that's unique about our church. And we wanted to host it here where we do all these things, where our studio is and things like that. But we are about 25 minutes outside of Louisville, Kentucky. So if you're flying in, you would fly into the Louisville airport. And then you drive across the bridge to a small town called Corydon, Indiana. There's multiple hotel options here in our town, things to eat, stuff like that. But we are 5 minutes or so from the exit. So if you decide to come to the event and you stay in Corydon, you're well within a quick drive to the venue.
Cool. And tell us about registration. And at this point, it's still possible to submit to the festival, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think the deadline is the end of May for the film festival.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of submissions so far, so we're very excited about the ones coming in.
And that's through Film Freeway?
Yep, through Film Freeway. You can search Purpose Film and Media Festival, or if you just go to our website, purposefest.net, and click Submit, then it'll take you to Film Freeway. For registration, it's all through our website. We use this same software that we register events for our church because that's what we had available. So you just go on there and type your information in and you're all good to go. It's a pretty easy process. And it's all through purposefest.net.
Purposefest.net. Great. Well, what else would you like to share before we finish up today?
For me, if I was deciding on coming to a film festival, just with the lineup of speakers that we have and the networking opportunities that they will be attending, for me, that would be enough to want to go. Even though I'm friends with most of these people already, to be able to sit in a room with people that have had multi-million-dollar box office hits, to people that are executives for places like Faith and Family and Pinnacle Peak, and like just the international well-known people that are at this event that are committed to being there already without having any registrations, it would be worth it to come. That's one man's opinion, but if you're looking for opportunities to actually grow and find the people that can help you make your films, this is a pretty good opportunity.
Take a look at purposefest.net and also your Facebook page. It's Film and Media Festival.
Yep.
A lot of stuff posted there. Take a look at the workshops that are available and the speakers. You will be impressed, I guarantee you. And we're really looking forward to it ourselves. We'll be helping with some promotion over the next few weeks and excited to be there in August.
Well, I'm excited that you guys are going to be a part of it. I've been listening to your podcast for a while, and I'm part of your weekly events, it seems like, on Zoom.
Our Thursday networking events.
Yeah, and so to have you guys jump on board to sponsor this event was just such a blessing.
Well, it's a pleasure. So I just want to encourage everybody, if you have something to submit, it's a good time to do that on Film Freeway. And to register for the conference, purposefest.net. Thanks so much, Tyler, for sharing with us today. We look forward to seeing you in August.
Thank you guys for having me.
God bless.
Thanks for listening to the Faith and Family Filmmakers podcast. If you've been enjoying this podcast, take a moment to follow or subscribe on your favorite podcast player so you don't miss an episode. And if you'd like to support the production of this podcast, you can leave a tip at faffpodcast.com/support. Bringing filmmakers together for faith and family.